Have you ever wondered what happens when a shadow becomes heavier than a billion suns? Hello there, and welcome to Info Spark Zone, where curiosity settles into something soft and easy. Tonight, we are letting enormous questions drift gently through your thoughts without stirring anything too sharply. We are taking a slow step into a part of the universe that feels almost too large to imagine. Let's unwind and find out. They are the two monsters of the cosmos, and they break every rule of size we know. You and I are going to look at Ton 618 and Phoenix A. These aren't just massive. They challenge the ordinary sense of scale we carry around. But I promise we will ease into it slowly so your mind can absorb the magnitude without needing to hold on too tightly. But before we leave Earth behind, let's ground ourselves right here. I'd love to know where you are tonight. Are you tucked under blankets? Maybe with the lights dimmed, letting the day finally release its grip. Wherever you are, I hope it feels comfortable. It feels fitting that we are about to talk about black holes, objects that do uncare about hours or schedules. While you take a moment to pause yours, one is a relic from a violent past. The other is a silent giant of the present. These two names belong to the largest known black holes in the observable universe, but they tell different stories. One is so old and bright, we see it as it was billions of years ago. The other is buried deep within a modern galaxy cluster, swirling with remarkable patience. It's not just a hole, it's a point of no return. If you picture a black hole, you might see a dark sphere. That image isn't wrong, but for these giants, it's insufficient. We need to talk about the event horizon. 4 Ton 618 and Phoenix A. This boundary stretches across distances so wide that calling them wide doesn't convey enough. Imagine a light so bright it screams across the universe. Ton 618 sits in a part of the universe still glowing in its youth. It is the engine of a quasar. Even though the black hole is invisible, it eats so efficiently that the matter swirling around it outshines entire galaxies. It announces itself simply by being hungry. And then there is the silence. Phoenix A is different. It sits in a mature galaxy cluster filled with hot gas and cooling stars. It didn't need the chaotic early universe to grow. It grew by being the spider in the web of a massive cluster, slowly pulling in galaxies and gas over eons. It is a heavy, silent presence. Let's try to break your brain with a single number. The black hole at the center of our Milky Way is 4 million times the mass of the Sun. That sounds huge, but Ton 618, it is 66 billion times the mass of the Sun. It's an increase that doesn't just step up. It leaps into a territory where numbers stop feeling real. One was a sprinter. The other ran a marathon. Kin 618 likely grew by gorging on the dense gas of the early universe, a fast, frantic feast. Phoenix A grew through mergers, slowly combining with other black holes over billions of years. One from the dawn of time, the other from the modern cosmos. What if our entire solar system was just a morning snack? To picture their size, imagine the distance from the Sun to Pluto. It takes light hours to cross that. TON 618's event horizon is nearly 40 times wider than that distance. If you placed it where our Sun is, it would swallow everything we have ever known. Even light itself gets tired trying to cross it. TON 618 is so large that light takes days to cross its shadow. It's strange to think of a whole being that big. It's not a physical object you can touch. It is a region of space that has simply closed itself off from the rest of reality. It breathes, and the whole galaxy feels it. Phoenix regulates its environment. When it feeds, it shoots out energy that heats the gas in its cluster, stopping new stars from forming. It acts like a thermostat for a region of space spanning millions of light years. Kriya. It creates light by destroying everything it touches. Phoenix A is a shadow. One steals light. The other reveals it through the destruction of matter. How do you weigh a ghost? We don't put them on a scale. We watch how fast stars and gas move around them. The faster the gas spins, the heavier the anchor. The speeds around TON 618 are so high that only a monster of 66 billion solar masses makes sense of the math. Imagine a mountain next to an ocean trench. Comparing these two is like that. They are both vast, but they are vast in different ways. One is defined by its ancient energy, the other by its modern gravitational dominance. If you fell in, it wouldn't be loud. ... It would be silent. Imagine falling toward one of them. Intuition tells you it would be violent, but for giants this big, the approach is strangely gentle. The tidal forces are weak this far out. You would simply drift, weightless, into the dark. You would freeze in time forever. At least to an observer. But for you, you wouldn't crash. You would simply cross a line where backward ceases to be a direction. The silence would be absolute. To the outside world, you would fade away. To you, you would just slip into the unknown. These aren't accidents, they are masterpieces. These objects exist because the universe provided the materials, the gas, the time, and the gravity. They are not mistakes. They are the natural result of the laws of physics applied over billions of years. You are small, but your mind is infinite. Thinking about these giants doesn't make us insignificant. It makes our minds large. That UA, being on a small, rocky world, can close your eyes and visualize an object 10 billion light years away is a quiet triumph of consciousness. Some questions are better left drifting. So, as we step back from the edge of Ton 618 and Phoenix A, let that curiosity settle. The universe holds structures vast enough to swallow solar systems, yet it also holds this quiet moment you are in right now. Thank you for exploring with Info Spark Zone. Sleep well and keep looking up.